And then Michelle, so you're editing. Is it first you ghostwrite and then you start writing your own projects, or when do you make that leap from I'll be able to edit, I'll be able to be in publishing, but I could never possibly write anything, to now you've got 2 books coming out this year and many more to follow?
Well, it was, like I said, through these connections that I made, someone that I work with had a connection with this series herself, of the series that I cannot name, very long-running middle grade famous mystery series. And so I just I knew about this, and one day I was just like, hey, can you put me in touch with the editor of the series? Because I knew that sometimes they had multiple writers on the series. And she said, sure. And that was it. I auditioned for the series, and once you're in, you're in. So the crazy thing is, before that, I had tried to write other books for myself. I had tried to write a YA novel. I tried to write a middle grade novel. I did have an agent by then, but nothing made it. Nothing sold. And I really, it was discouraging. And I just felt like maybe I should just stick to what I'm doing. I'm editing. And then, when I found out about this connection she had, I just thought, well, this is different, right? This is something where I know what I'd be doing, and it's a sure thing. And, by then I had a small child, and, I couldn't really do anything that wasn't a sure thing. And so I thought, okay, well, I could do this. And so the audition and the resulting novel was the first thing that I had ever finished, novel length. It was the first thing I had ever finished, was the first thing that I had ever published. So that was pretty wild. And after that, it sort of broke a barrier, I think, in my mind, where, I had these thoughts about what I could and could not do. And at that point, I could not finish anything. And then I finished this thing because, you have a deadline and a contract, you have to. And that is, what I found the most beautiful thing is just, you have to do this. You have no choice. Go ahead. And I did. And then I finished the one, and I thought, wow, okay, I can finish something. I don't know if I can do it again, though. And then I did it again. And then I did it 3 more times. And I was like, okay. And then the idea was, well, I can't do something that is going to get my name on it, because then it's a whole other thing. Then it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get into that, And then my agent brought up, within a month of each other, 2 projects, this one and the other one, from 2 different series that wanted me to, unlike the ghostwriting series, which is a very discrete world with very discrete characters, everything already sort of, set. You create the story of your own, but you're within an existing world. Unlike that, both of these series were, this series, American Horse Tales, was basically, hey, do you want to write a book about a girl and a horse? Literally whatever you want. Like, yeah, yeah, that sounds great. So, the other one was a little bit more, they wanted me to write about this particular real event that Martha Gellhorn went through in World War II on D-Day. So that was more specific. But again, like, they gave me, like, suddenly the room I was in was a lot bigger. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is scarier. I've not done something like this before. I don't have the safety boundaries that I was used to. But I was like, yeah, sure, I'll write 2 books within a year during a pandemic. So I did that. And I loved it so much. And unlike the mystery series, which I had been working on, the years before, both of these books were historical. And I was like, I don't write historical, but I mean, I will. So, and then, I mean, it was amazing because I loved it so much. I just loved all of the research. I loved the idea of making this, what I think that so many people and children feel is just this dry, like, you think of history, a lot of people, I think, oh, it's boring. It's boring. It's facts and figures and names and, like, you know, pop quiz from high school that nobody wants to take, you know. And I just found it, as soon as I started looking into it, it's just amazing and fascinating and so instructive about everything that's going on right now. And so translating all of that into something that would be really, you know, interesting and adventurous for kids was an awesome challenge that I enjoyed more than anything I had done before. And so, you know, it just opened my mind. And now that these are done, I'm really starting to challenge this idea of, like, maybe I can just do this on my own now. Like, maybe I don't need to wait for somebody to come over and be like, hey, do you want to do this? Maybe I should, you know. And the great thing is, my next project, which I've just started working on, is going to be a combination of these two things that I've realized that I love: mystery and history. So it's just, you know, like, I've really enjoyed just being sort of open to what happens, because that's what's brought me the most amazing things. It's just somebody comes and says, hey, here's this random opportunity that you've never done before. Do you want to try it? I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's been great. I mean, I think that being open to things just brings the most incredible opportunities into your life. So it's that's where I am right now.
You have a ghostwritten book on the shelf. Do you go to the bookstore and you take your friend and, like, look, my book is on the shelf. Oh, which one? I can't say, but just know that it's here and it's
Well,
amazing.
I mean, I tell people in you know, person that what I write, but I can't say it in a public forum. So it's a legacy thing. So I mean, I feel like anybody who really wanted to think about all the things I've been saying really hard probably figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I think it's been hard. The ghostwriting has been hard because, of course, you know, everybody wants their name on the book. It's, you know, you can't talk about it, then it almost feels like, man. But because of the series and what it is, I do have a certain level of pride about doing it, because it's a historically important series to a lot of people, and it was amazing to be a part of that. So sorry to be so opaque, but
no, I've already figured out which.
Probably arrest me or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah.